I am privileged because I don't carry anyone else's baggage. The only baggage I have is the stuff I packed myself. So I came into adulthood with this freedom, and it is my responsibility to reach out and to nurture other people. I take this very seriously, especially with the next generation. I love the 20-somethings, and I invite you to love them too. I have a couple of quotes from them that I want to share with you that should tell you their need and their desire to get to know you. I asked them the question, what do you want the world to know about your generation? We are really good at acting like we have it all together. But often when you say, it's okay, what we really mean is life is falling apart, but I don't want to bother anyone with my problems. Also, we may act like we know it all, but we don't. At least for me, I really need the guidance of the older women in the church so that I can become who Christ wants me to be. That is Caitlin, age 24. That even though our generation doesn't seem to care with all of their materialistic things the world has to offer, there's a good mass of us who really do. And we are working to change the world in Christ's name as we speak. There are some of us who want to unite together, regardless of race, age, and Christian denomination. We want to set apart to change the world for God. Lauren, age 23. Just because we go about things differently and value certain things, like self-expression, tattoos, piercings, higher than our parents' generation, it doesn't mean our ideas are bad or that we don't take life's responsibility serious. Annie, age 25. We are creative and passionate but lack direction. We love all the opportunities we have, but are overwhelmed by all the possibilities. Mark, 22. I would have to say that I would want the world to know that my generation is hardworking and ready to step up to the plate. Jessica, 22. I would want the world to know that our generation is not made up of mindless technology zombies, as we are usually portrayed, but by hardworking individuals ready to be taken seriously for our ideas. Amber, 23. I want the world to know that my generation cares. We care about the world and other people. I feel like most older people write us off as too mature, and they don't really listen to what we have to say. Elizabeth, age 19. I want people to know that my generation now understands why our parents said no when we wanted to hear yes. We understand that they wanted to protect us from such a harmful and evil things in this world. Brandis, age 28. And the last one. It's a tough question. I usually don't think of generations linearly. Culture can be shaped by its circumstance, but every date is still relevant. There is a big emphasis within our generation to talk about character difference. People might not have locked their doors back in the day, but I still think we are all more or less similar. I would imagine people are just as good now as they were at the turn of the century. If anything has changed, I would say it's our own personal epiphany that we are good for the world, and God has something in us unique and worth displaying. All that to say, I would like for our generation to be known as intergenerational, that they had meaningful relationships with generations above and below their own, that communities were connected to each other by the rise of God's love and by the desire to have family. Amen. That is Alec, age 20. I'd like to call the band to come back up. We need to respond to these cries for intergenerational connection with joy and with listening ears. They have a lot to say, and we have a long way to build trust between the two. We need to go into meeting with them with listening and hearing opposed to expounding our wisdom. They'll get to that. They'll want to hear it. but they want to hear first that you care about them and that you're trustworthy. So how do you do that? Start by saying hello. Every time you see a young person, say hello. Some of them will walk right by you. They don't even know you're talking to them. And others will go, oh, hi. And some will say, hi, I'm Alec, because that's what Alec would do, and start a conversation with you. They're waiting to develop a church family here. They're waiting to build community. They are waiting to be mentored by our generation. We have an inheritance to share. Isaiah 54, 2-3 says, enlarge your house, build an addition, spread out your home, and spare no expense, for you will soon be bursting at the seams. Your descendants will occupy other nations and resettle the ruined cities. We have our own families that we need to house, but we need to make room for more. My kids need you, and your kids need me. Colossians 1:11-12 says, we also pray that you will be strengthened with all his glorious power, so you will have all the endurance and patience you need. May you be filled with joy, always thanking the Father. He has enabled you to share in the inheritance that belongs to his people who live in the light. And I'll